the meat and potatoes of why I'm live. Whoa, me gone 2 hours already. Cheese and peas. That lady there. When they call her size 13, I don't call her that still, but that them call her. See? Now, as she calls this, and that story when we go react to first, take up my time. I should be done already, But anyway, I'm still in good timing. I'm gonna see if this takes like 20 minutes or 25 minutes. But remember to hit the like button, ladies and gentlemen, share the live, subscribe to the platform, click the bell and click all so you can get all notifications when we're going live or when we drop a premiere. Also, my good people, if you want to join the WhatsApp group, you can hit me up at 1-876-451-6535. That's 1-876-451-6535. That number is in the description of all of my videos. All you have to do is click below the title of the video, open up the description, and you see everything down there, all the information that you need, okay? Whether you want to donate, whatever the case might be, alright? Alright. Now, we're going to go right into the segment where Byron literally took Choppa John to school. Apparently, Choppa John made some comments that really pissed off Byron. I'm telling you, I don't see Byron very pissed like this now, ladies and gentlemen. Because, the crown jewel leader of the PMP, the man that is beloved. You understand? I think, let's go into the video.
Wow, that was like blazing fire. Blazing fire from the melting pot. No, alright. In terms of what melting pot just said, right? And he has spoken about history as it relates to, who he call Sinapod, right? Because they lost their history. But I want to play to Jamaica how you have this particular person as it relates to the JLP spin machine. Want to discredit Michael Manley, right? It's a national disgrace. And you don't have anyone speaking to this man and say, no, what you are saying is wrong. The things that you are saying about Michael Manley is wrong. And I take it very personal as a Manleyites tonight. Right? Very, very personal as a Manleyites tonight. In terms of knowing what Michael Manley had done. And the world recognized Michael Manley. And this person, right, who lacked education.
Embarrassing!
Staying at the trough as it relates to corruption. Right? So people, I'm going to play it and make you hear it. Unbelievable. And as the Jamaica Labour Party corrected him, no. Because this is how dangerous they are with the lies. Now, before I get into that, let me ask, Brother Ratigan, right? Do you have anything to say? You understand, before I get to this, right? Because I don't want to keep that cool enough. Right?
No, play the tape, man.
Okay, all right, very good. And Jamaican people, it hurt my heart. Honestly. It hurt it grieved me so much that I said, no, I have to go carry tonight. Now, let us lift up the script. PNP cannot be trusted to manage Jamaica. Listen to this. Listen to this, people. Listen to the heathen.
So 1972, 18.01% growth. By 1974, we are at the IMF making money. Michael Manley. But economic policy. And why may I say? Because an election is going to be coming. And this country is going to be at a level where it has high economic growth. It might not be at 18.01, Dr. Clark. I don't know if you can prove me wrong, but I'd love for you to prove me wrong. It might not be at 18.01%, but I'm certain that there's going to be some economic growth. Reminded that every single time that the PNP won an election in Jamaica, they got a growing economy. And they have never, ever, ever been able to continue. Now, what if a bad man are going on? But let's keep it in context. So 1972, 18.01%. By 1974, we broke. By 1976, The PNP did what no other government, only communist government in the world did do those kind of things and dictatorship. Call a state of emergency and lock up the opponent and call it an election. The only communist country does that. Declare a public state of emergency, lock up its opponent, and call it an election. No people like that. What for Jamaica? You know what they did? They lock up all party work of the JP back in the 1976. And by 5 o'clock, by 5 or 6 o'clock when the poll closed, they released them. No charge. No charge. So all of the PD worker, PD captain, and community leaders who were organizing and mobilizing to the party, lock up on them. Put them in a jail. And by 6 o'clock when the poll closed, they released them. No charge. That was the PNP for you 1976. That's the PNP for you 1976. That's how they won the 1976 election.
Take this garbage away.
And they continue.
Take this old garbage away.
Embarrassing. We need some milk.
FBI for threatening U.S. residents.
No,
Them lock them up.
deal with him. Because, you see the brother, yeah, to be honest, and this is the reason why he has been placed at the Western Regional Children Hospital, you understand, as a project manager. We all know that, you understand, he has just experience in culinary. But that is beside the point in terms of what he's saying here now. But the accusation against Michael Manley, saying that Michael Manley locked up his political opponent, oh my God, man. That is off the radar, my brother. That is off the radar for you to be saying that. Which history book you have read that would have told you that? So for you to make up something so egregious, right? Speaking against someone who loves black people, someone who fight the fight, someone who go against Everett Siaga, who work in tandem with the CIA. They have all the evidence tonight, you know. I never even there, you know. Everett Siaga, the same thing that you're talking about. Everett Siaga work in tandem with the CIA to that democratic socialism. And you see how you come now on social media try to spin that. The very same era that you're making reference to, you didn't even realize, even research your true history to know that during the 80s, Everett Siaga, as a result of what he had done and the violence that Michael Manley tried to stop, it was in the era where they had burned down the Eden Tide home. You know that? And killed over 150 elderly women. But before I go, I'm going to bring up a word documented by external entities, you know, not Jamaican people, you know, who is speaking about Michael Manley and why Michael Manley have to impose, right, of course, the emergency at the time. Why Michael Manley have to impose, and what you said as it relates to Michael Manley, locking up his political opponent. Well, we are going to show you that for the violence, both PNP persons and JP persons who were violating were arrested. What Michael Manley wanted to do was to tone down the violence, the political violence that Siaga orchestrated. That Siaga brought in guns, several guns, and distributed it. What sort of issue that you are telling the Jamaican people and telling Jamaican people lie on Michael Manley? Now I'm going to show you the history. I am going to show you the record, Choppa John.
These are
now,
facts.
without any delay, let me give you the true reason of how people recognize Michael Manley. You're out of there. You're out of there, out of your league, my brother. Now, let us first, before we bring up the evidence, let me show you the respect. You understand? As a matter of fact, even Andrew won this. You understand? Will speak as it relates to Michael Manley in terms of the good deeds that Michael Manley had done. Right? I don't think, to be honest, remember, I bash Andrew Wallace, you know. I don't think Andrew Wallace would have said something like this, you know. But when I'm telling you, as it relates to what you have done, you pass your limit, my brother.
Yep.
And you know, Andrew Wallace, if you correct you need some discipline. You need to be corrected. You're out and you're bright. Now, let me show you this. Champion of the poor. Listen to this, Choppa John. United States, UK, what is this man? You're out and bright. You're out of your place.
That is closest to my heart. housing.
Hey y'all, please remember to hit the like button. I know y'all come in sometimes and y'all forget, but the main thing, man, y'all gotta hit the like button, man, and share the live stream. Come on now, stop playing. Support, support, support. The like button is free, heard? I don't know what happened to his audio, but it's not my end. Maybe he had to mute the audio because of copyright issues.
That walk hand in hand, shoulder.
See, you see that? It just went to the audio. Sefu Francis, big up. There, man, there upon it, you know.
One that is fit to lead is the one that walk hand in hand, shoulder to shoulder, equal with the people, loving with the people.
We are actively seeking opportunities to trade within the third world group.
At the root of our policy in the future will be humanism, self-reliance, and economic nationalism to create a society of personal freedom, founded in the security of the family, and a true nation resting securely upon a foundation of economic independence. In short, a society of justice and freedom.
He who dedicates his life to service through power will probably depart with some honor.
Michael Manley, the Prime Minister of Jamaica, one of the most impressive political leaders of the new government that make up the third world,
HLC.
and a man who believes that interdependence is here to stay.
Take that.
Brother, we have to listen, we not have not listen. I don't think people realize that you see this ball out soundbite is not a joke thing, you know. People, we in a one desperate situation. The spiritual wickedness that is being practiced and promoted by these elites that are the small group that is trying to control all the resources in Jamaica. Yo, we have to fight spiritually. This is a wicked set of evil, wicked people we are talking about. You understand? And they don't have any regard for our lives. We are merely nothing to them. You understand what I'm saying? And these are the people that Andrew Holness and his government answer to and who they bow down to. Marlon, big
Who
up.
are you, Choppa? Right? Do you know about Michael Manley?
Let me just tell Choppa John something. Hold on the Byron. Let me just tell Choppa John something. Choppa John.
Hey, me not tell no lie. Melting pot hot. Hey, melting pot hot the whole night for them, you know. Normally, melting pot are just low, Byron and make him talk. But remember, me tell us a melting pot hot for them. Hey, make him talk.
You see, even to you come a blog on social media, a Michael Manley make you know word, you know, if a buster alone on your party, a saltish and you're all in your life, you know. Try know that.
Make them know that.
Saltish, you don't have up till now for your man. You don't have the education on your head. Because remember, Buster said, would prefer saltish Jamaican people than education. He was for giving up saltish.
He needs some milk.
Because remember, Buster said, would prefer saltish Jamaican people than education. He was for giving up saltish more than educated, you know. A Michael Manley make you can't even talk out of your mouth. Piece of shit.
Emotional damage.
Woo, Altia Wagwan. No, sir.
Firmwell Choppa John. Bloggers Choppa John. Come up on social media and go learn your history.
Damn.
And stop come manipulate the space. And manipulate social media space, you know. Because you're germs, you know. Because your portfolio don't give you no right to even talk to nobody, you know.
Whoa.
Because member say you're not truthful. Member PR you know for sell to keep Andrew Holness for rob the country.
Sheesh.
So that you can benefit and proceed with little idiot contract them when you get where you have no qualification for them. They go score the pot them in the restaurant up in America, man. You piece of nastiness, yo.
Alright.
I'm moving the girl, my don't spot to score, you know. Cause you can't discover pot good, you know nobody.
Embarrassing.
Continue by
We need some
What
milk.
I'm going to do as it relates to what he spoke about in terms of Michael Manley talking about the state of emergency. You understand? And lock up the Jamaica Labour Party people them. You understand? This is vicious. Now we are going to show you, right, all the activities that have taken place during that time. Right? That is well documented. You didn't know this research, Choppa John. You didn't know this research. So let us show you what had taken place. And I want you to understand what Michael Manley had done. You understand? To quell the violence that Edward Siaga, Choppa John, Edward Siaga had caused. Edward Siaga had propagandized that Michael Manley was going communist. Edward Siaga allowed several guns to come in and kill off the youth. And as a result of that, we have Eden Type Home burned down by the Jamaica Labour Party.
With a special gel.
Choppa John, if you never know, go and read your history. I'm not even going to educate you. Did you know, Choppa John, that it is Edward Siaga stopped the court proceedings in terms of the investigation into the query into why 150
53.
were sent to them. It was Edward. Do you know that, Choppa John? The Jamaica Labour Party, who had sent 150 odd every woman to their fiery grave. Do you know it's Edward Siaga stopped the court proceedings? Go and research it, Choppa John. It is Edward Siaga stopped the court proceedings.
Neru, Wagwan, Neru.
So let me just get into the history right away.
Go ahead, my general. Go ahead.
Reduces. Let us get into that.
When me say Byron hot and vexed too. Hey.
Here it is, Choppa John. Come here. Jamaica's emergency rule reduces political violence. Did you know that it was documented, Choppa John, what you're talking about? You're on social media. This is original. Recorded and documented. Right? Now see the article in its original context from July 16, 1976, the era that you are talking about. There is evidence, and we are going to read in the highlight of the evidence about the archive. This is a digitized version of an article from the Times print archive before the start of the online communication in 1996. Now, Kingston, Jamaica's stringent emergency rule by the leftist government here has kept the peace between violent political factions for a month now, but the disorder still threatening this Caribbean island 90 miles south of Cuba. Listen, Choppa John. The government of Prime Minister Michael Manley has charged that Jamaica is being destabilized by foreign and domestic conspirators as it relates to Edward Siaga working with them. Let me read back that over to you, Choppa John. The government of the Prime Minister Michael Manley has charged that Jamaica is being destabilized by foreign and domestic conspirators. The opposition Labour Party counters that the government is using its sweeping police powers to intimidate critics as national elections approach. The lie that Jamaica Labour Party has been telling, and even know that this is the way how Jamaica Labour Party is. You understand the propagandist? Now the turmoil the one-flourishing tourist industry and aggravating the already high 25% unemployment rate. Businessmen fearful of anti-capitalist trend have been smuggling out their assets, draining Jamaica of its monetary reserves. That is what the capitalist is doing as it relates to Jamaica Labour Party linked to the capitalists. 1,000 are in custody. According to official figures, about 1,000 Jamaicans have been taken into custody without charges since the Manley government had the Governor General invoke the emergency on June 19 for 30 days. Right? So the lie that you tell Choppa John that okay, should they know that okay, the election is going to be called tomorrow, they lock up the people today. That was invoked for 30 days as it relates to the island, the violence island-wide. Now, Jamaica House of Representatives voted on Wednesday to extend the state of emergency laws for 100 more days. Reuters reported most detainees were released after several days of questioning in a former British military camp in central Kingston. And this has to do with both GLP and PNP who were involved in the violence. So it is not like Michael Manley. You understand, identify and say, okay, you vote for GLP, we are going to lock you. You are going to vote for JP, I'm going to lock you up and leave the PNP. You understand? This is a vicious, egregious lie that you are telling Choppa John. But more than 200 have been held on various charges, and at any given moment, more than 50 remain under detention. To the relief of many Jamaicans, the emergency rule has sharply reduced the political shootings and fire bombings. You hear that? You hear that, Choppa John? Hear it here? To the relief of many Jamaicans, Choppa John. Not you who telling us spurious, poisonous lie. Listen and try learn. To the relief of many Jamaicans, he never said few Jamaicans, and the many Jamaicans involved both PNP and GLP. You what I said? The emergency rule has sharply reduced the political shootings and fire bombings that have focused on Kingston slum dwellers and plunged the island into the worst crisis of its 14 years of independence from Britain. Serious crimes, murders, rapes, robberies, which were running as high as 160 a week before. Choppa John, you listen to the record.
All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way.
Choppa John, you listen to the record. Serious crimes, Choppa John, like murders, rapes, Choppa John, robberies, which were running as high as 160 a week before the emergency, were down to 54 after several weeks, according to the security officials. You hear that, Choppa John? You hear that, Choppa John? And when you're going on social media spreading a narrative that the People's National Party, Michael Manley, just lock up Jamaica Labour Party to avoid them from vote, you are wicked and vicious. But the crackdown has provoked a counter-reaction from the Labour Party. The Labour Party who, you understand, organized the criminality, which has charged Mr. Manley with using the emergency to advance the prospect of his People's National Party, whose 5-year mandate expires by next March. You understand? This is what you are using, Choppa John. Now, the emergency, which has curtailed civil liberties and banned utterances and printed articles likely to be prejudicial to the public safety, came in response to what Prime Minister Manley described as a bizarre plot to smear the government and provoke a new wave of violence. You hear that, Choppa John? You hear that? An emergency was invoked once before under a Labour government from October 3 to November 2nd, 1966. It applied, however, only to a particular region around Kingston where partisan violence had erupted. According to Prime Minister Manley, the state of emergency was precipitated by information that a new wave of violence was planned to coincide with Terry Festa, the festival set to start here later this month. We became aware of a specific development that could only be described as strange in the extreme, he said, alluding to a report that an informant was prepared to denounce right arm of government agency for allegedly distributing guns, presumably from Cuba. Then Mr. Manley said the man retracted his allegations on the propaganda allegations and said he had been forced into trying to embarrass the government. You hear that, Choppa John?
All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way.
I hope you guys are attentively following the information and what Mr. Sensation is saying. The allegations are the lies that Choppa John told us is being thoroughly debunked, stripped away, just thrown in the garbage, flushed in the toilet. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
Embarrassing. We need some milk.
Mr. Manley said the man retracted his allegations on the propaganda allegations and said he had been forced into trying to embarrass the government. You hear that, Choppa John? You hear that, Choppa John? No, Choppa John.
So at that time, it is confirmed that outside entities were really looking to sabotage Michael Manley, and the CIA allegedly and Siaga played a very, very big role in that. Let's continue.
Take this away. Take it away. Take it away. I'm going to show you Choppa John something. Now let me show Choppa John something. To show how we do research around here. And I'm going to take the narrative from out of Jamaica. I am going to now bring, right, the story into the CIA hands. So when I say that that Edward Siaga worked with the CIA to do this, now Choppa John, if you want to say, okay, all right, and you want to split it the way you want to split it, I am going to give you the detailed information that unearthed by the CIA to tell you that it was the Jamaica Labour Party, Edward here, who had orchestrated this and the burning down of
Eventide home.
150. So let me take it out of Jamaica, right?
Hey, I recently me know about the Eventide woman. I think last year, and one of the people, I think some content like this when I go over, and somebody, spell the name right for me, or I think I saw it on a video, and then I went to do some. Let me tell you, I Talk Your Mind TV. Big up Talk Your Mind TV, yeah, man. Big up Mystic Sensation. Big up all our people who educate us. Educate us younger bloggers and educating the people of our country and the world. People are watching. You know what I mean? Big them up, man, for real, man. Eventide home. There was a special gel where them use it. We well documented, and it was only being used in the military at the time and secret services. I saw them know say that come from a direct place. You understand?
Hear that you might want to spin it, or anybody want to spin it, and I want you to hear what the CIA and particularly international journalists is saying, so you can't say a lie. We have put it for you tonight.
They use a special gel to burn down the house that only the military in the US.
Okay, Pastor Ricky, don't pray for us.
Pastor Ricky, a jumping gun. Pastor Ricky have knowledge and a jumping gun. Like and share the video, people. Like and share the video. Don't keep it to yourself. If you share it with 10 persons, that's a additional 4,000 people that will know the platform, and we can grow and get to 20K. Yes? Share it to 10 people. Last summer you doing, my baby? They said that same planet them have. I want to bring on again. This is the thing. This is what I've been hearing from the elders. That what is happening in Jamaica with the Jamaica Labour Party right now seems to be a replay of those dangerous times. It's almost like they're trying to destabilize the entire country and leave it in ruin because them know so them depend them way out. Allegedly. That's what the people are saying, not my word.
Go into the details. You understand? We know you know the history. You understand? But we are teach them the lesson tonight.
Yeah, man.
That the people get that he's spreading that Michael Manley lack of GLP supporters because you understand for him to win the election. You understand? That's the lie from the pit of hell. Because you know that. So let me show you what the CIA reveal. What the CIA reveal as it relates to empirical evidence and data. CIA plot in Jamaica, Michael Manley. Bring up that. We are teaching the people tonight how vicious the Jamaica Labour Party is. You think we are playing around here?
Say now, why are we taking this risk to anger the United States of America? And the answer is this: we are not angering the United States of America, they are angering themselves. They are not going to tell me what relationship I have with Fidel Castro. We have that friendship with Cuba as part of a world alliance of third world nations that are fighting for justice for poor people in the world. And I tell you as the party leader, as long as this party is in power, we intend to walk through the world on our feet and not on our knees.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is an important clip. Pay attention.
Paid for it, paid for it dearly in terms of aid. But Michael was very clear that, it's certain things you just have to take a stand on. Very firm on that.
At home, Manley's socialist dream had become a middle-class nightmare. If you don't like it, Manley told them, there are 5 flights a day to Miami. In the months that followed, thousands took his advice. Planes were packed with Jamaica's middle classes, taking their money with them.
So the people them were rich and the middle class. Them never like the idea, say, and ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. My mother lived this. My mother's great-great-great-granduncle, who she lived with as a child or a teenager going to school, right? That man, God rest his soul, was ready to leave Jamaica as well. When them hear about the alliance with Cuba, this same period of time, they were ready to go out of here I'm telling you. So I've heard this story in spurts, but I've never heard this clip from him and this documentary.
The first serious attempt at change was made. As always happens, there's a sort of almost like a shockwave that goes through the people who are better off and who have never really questioned the nature of the society under them. And so you did have a very real and regrettable reaction to some
American conspiracy to bring him down.
Let me tell you how destabilization works. They will go in the secret group that is trying to mash up the country. We'll go in among the youth and find one that look like a leader. And they call him one side and they say, hey brother, we drop you $1,000 on the side if you get the boys tomorrow night to go down across the road and carry out a raid. But you don't know that it is a destabilization agent that has paid somebody to come among him and sell the idea of starting a bitch of a street fight.
known that some
people, same tactics, different time. You see bag of money where them a give out? Don't take the money and sell out on a vote. Don't take the money and sell out on a country. No matter what package the government are going on, if you even don't have the discipline to refuse it, don't take it and sell out on a vote. Don't do it. Don't do it. I would advise you not to take it overall, but if you actually do not sell out your vote because of it. Vote out this wicked, uncaring, neglectful, incompetent, destructive, unconstitutional government. Vote them out.
famous syndicated columnist of the United States was going to come to spend a week resting in some villa. And mysteriously, the first night he's there, gunmen would arrive and start firing guns round and round his villa. Nobody would be hurt. By the next morning, he's in a state of terror. He flies home, and 79 newspapers across America read the story of the violent, terrible society disintegrating with gunmen the next morning. So you get the next few thousand tourist cancellation.
Suddenly guns were everywhere. Michael's allies saw this as proof of
had to fight a good fight, because that was what life was about, to resist these sort of overwhelming diktats as to how we should live.
On Edward Seaga's second visit to
the militancy that Manley brought through socialism,
made
it now something that wasn't around the corner.
Embarrassing. He needs some milk.
Yo, just the man face alone, anger, Byron. In face alone.
Sorry, my people. Me no want you nothing for my brother.
No militancy, right?
Him, you understand? Me shit up Jamaica. You understand me? I say, me no want you nothing for him. Now, me could just go to the CIA. You understand? That collaborate with what Michael Manley is saying. Me no want you nothing for Seaga. You understand me? I say, I don't want you nothing from Edward Seaga.
I don't want nothing from the JLP. I don't want no money from them. And at this point, they are so toxic that it doesn't even make any sense. They are not an option in my political sphere at all. At all. Alright? Especially, I think Andrew Jones has done an excellent job in damaging any credibility that the Jamaica Labour Party has ever again. There's nobody among them, even if Andrew Jones was to resign tomorrow and tell it all. You understand? There's none of them that has any level of integrity. They have shown their integrity. They have shown their character to me with their silence in this period of time. With standing behind a man like Andrew Jones and what is going on with his statutory declaration, suing the Integrity Commission and all of these things. They have shown themselves. They have exposed themselves. I don't have nothing to do with them. Nothing to do with them.
Let me go into what the CIA is saying right now and confirm what Michael Manley said. Great, honey.
Similar to what the CIA did in Chile, and which was documented by the Senate Select Committee, was the whole covert action program in Jamaica in between 1976 and 1980. And we did a great deal of research into that, and we discovered in many ways a very similar program, almost a classic model that was followed along the lines of what they did in Chile. Including three major categories: military, paramilitary activity, the use of propaganda in the media, and the third one, which was economic warfare, using the multilateral organizations, the International Monetary Fund and others, to withhold loans which had been promised to the Jamaican government. This is one example.
What are a couple more of the details of that? You particularly mentioned those first two examples of actual paramilitary activity the CIA was involved in Jamaica.
There was a fire, for example, that took place in Jamaica of an old people's home. I think 150 old and infirmed women, many of them blind, were living in this home. And as it turned out, the place burned down in the space of about 8 minutes, 7 or 8 minutes. It was discovered that the phone wires had been cut and that the exits had all been blocked. Even those who could see their way out could not get out. And that the means by which their fire was set was the use of a petroleum jelly, which was unavailable in Jamaica. This was one indication, among others, that there was outside help. Why would the CIA, you might ask, why would the CIA want to murder 150 old women? It was because it was an effort, part of a very large-scale effort to discredit the government in Jamaica, which was at the time headed by Michael Manley, the Prime Minister. There were images produced of Michael Manley in the media, in the Daily Gleaner, which was the newspaper which the United States, through the CIA, helped to support. And there is a good deal of evidence of that. There were images of Michael Manley showing a death mask. I mean, it was his face which had been somehow made to look like a death mask, although it was pretending to be a photograph of him. And there were many ways to try and discredit him. This is very, very similar, in fact, to what the CIA did to try and discredit Salvador Allende in Chile. If you remember, Richard Nixon instructed the CIA in a meeting, which was in 1970 in the White House, and there was a document in the Senate report which is reprinted, and he said, "Make the economy scream." Those were his words. And that's, of course, what the CIA proceeded to do in Chile, and that's what they also did in Jamaica.
They also furnished a lot of munitions and assistance to the terrorist squads that were going around killing people in the cities and also in the countryside in Jamaica as well.
That's correct.
Well, John, you had a trip down to Jamaica, and you saw a lot of these things about Jamaica with your own eyes, right?
Yes, indeed. A very moving, a very interesting trip to me to see a target country at a time in the height of a CIA operation when I was completely outside. So there's no way that I could see the problem that journalists have always had when the U.S. government was targeting on a country in a situation, trying to destabilize it, overthrow, or manipulate the elections or whatever, of trying to figure out what's going on when you don't have access to all of the flow of cables and the discussions in National Security Council meetings and whatnot for the planning. I observed that from published information, the CIA station there was quite large for that size of a country. It was huge, in fact. It was bigger than any station I knew of in Africa, although Jamaica was a fairly small island with 2 million people. That's typical of when the CIA has got a big operation going in a place. They beef up the station and beef up the offices back stateside. The tone and flow of articles in the Gleaner was, of course, as Lou says, definitely a chapter out of Chile or a chapter out of the Angolan operation. Every indication of a massive CIA operation going to destabilize.
Muted, Mystic, you're muted. Hey, man, this was a lesson learned, boy. I'm trying to tell you, man. Mystic Sensation don't play.
Yes. So we have heard the situation there, right, as it relates to the evidence that we had shown, right, in terms of Edward Seaga participation, working in tandem with the CIA to destabilize, right, Jamaica, right, as it relates to democratic socialism. Now, what one need to understand as it relates to crony capitalism and neocolonialism, right, that, you know, as it relates to the development of black people and moving forward, right, and where you can see the history shows you that the People's National Party, right, inclined, right, to move, right, poor people forward, to move Jamaica, to build a better nation. But the ulterior motive as it relates to the Jamaica Labour Party that connects with crony capitalism, this is where the problem is. You have seen the history as it relates to where most of them were packing up, right, their assets and leaving the country, right, to destabilize Michael Manley as it relates to democratic socialism. You have seen the plot that Edward Seaga had done, right, and killing over 150 elderly ladies.
Whoa.
You cannot get any vicious than this.
Yeah, man, wickedness, man.
And so then when you see right into the Jamaica Labour Party now, spinning it. We have the record, we have the history. People of Jamaica, I want you to listen to me tonight and hear what I'm saying. Hear what I'm saying to you, Jamaica, because I love my Jamaican brothers and sisters. From 1954 until now, Jamaica Labour Party members of parliament have put before the judiciary, and more than 4 or 5 of them as it relates to the Ministry of Education being put in front of the judiciary and sent to prison. My Jamaican people, it's very serious that if you have a government that loves its people, it's not going to attack the educational base.
True, man.
A government that is going against crippling the education from 1954 until now. And we are Andrew Orness and Rural Reid. Andrew Orness and Rural Reid came and repeated it.
Yes.
Jamaica, wake up.
Please.
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 With the history that you are showing, whenever Jamaica Labour Party is speaking, ask them to show you documentary proof. They can't. We can show it in history, just like what I did in terms of showing the evidence and going against and going contrary to what Choppa John said. Ask them and their strategy, because Choppa John was saying, go and research it. Go and research it. That is the reverse psychology telling you to go and research it, because indeed they don't really want you to go and research it. They want you to believe their lies.
That part.
But anytime a Jamaica Labour Party member or anyone associated with the Jamaica Labour Party said go and research it, let me tell you something, Jamaica. Go and research it. You are going to find out what they are saying, their lies. When you have a Dana Morris, who was related to Fitch, get a BB minus, someone who is educated and intellect, and yet she can smile in front of the Jamaican people and sell a BB negative rating to be something good.
Wow.
Jamaica, stay away from these people.
Wow.
They are ultimately dangerous.
Oh gosh. Man.
No, as it relates to what I...
People, I couldn't have said it any better myself. I approve that message. I don't need to add, I don't need to take away. Right? And all I have to say is that when you see, ladies and gentlemen, when you see the evidence to which Mr. Byron from Mystic Sensation has expertly laid out with his argument, ladies and gentlemen, there's only one thing I can do after that, you know.
We need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help. Shift the parliament, shift the election, shift everything. Remove them all there. Take out the cockroach, take out the thief, take out the criminal them, take out the thief them, take out the murderer them, take out the gang leader them out of parliament. Take them out from Portland. Take them out. I hear Portland. Me I go to Portland. Why me I travel to Portland? Take out somebody, man or woman.
Hey y'all, please remember to hit the like button. I know y'all come in sometimes and y'all forget, but the main thing, man, y'all gotta hit the like button, man, and share the live stream. Come on now, stop playing.